Hey everybody, I'm Mike, and this is Mike Miller Talks Life. Today's quote from Thomas Edison: "Be courageous, have faith, go forward." This quote is just a great rally cry when life is hard. We all face hardship, maybe a major illness, a loss, relationship struggles, trying to accomplish a big goal. Maybe you're facing a major crisis because of the pandemic, trying to find a job. Or maybe you're facing one of the big fires going on in the northern part of our state. Many of you are my friends, and you're in the Santa Cruz County, San Lorenzo Valley, and you're facing major fire, major loss. Sometimes we just have to decide with Thomas Edison to be courageous, have faith, and go forward. Be courageous is so important. We so easily fall into thinking about what could go wrong, and it blinds us to what could go right. We start running these scenarios through our head. What if this is a bad idea? What was I thinking when I said yes? What if I blow it? What if I can't do this? What if I can't turn this around? I'm afraid there will be nothing left. I will have lost everything. And Nelson Mandela says, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but facing our fear and conquering it." It's sort of like a snap out of it moment. Be courageous. Everyone who has accomplished things in their life have faced fears and doubts along the way. Everybody, no matter what it is. Some of the great pioneers, the great accomplishments, have been haunted by fears and doubts along the way. And if people say they've never had fear or doubt, I don't know that they're being that truthful. Being courageous is about facing fear and doubt. Being courageous is bouncing back, getting up when we've been knocked down. It's emotional and mental strength. It's confronting fear and danger and uncertainty and intimidation. It's a choice not to cave. There's a lot of talk going around about being heroes, and we love to hang that label on people. They're a hero. And I think really, being a hero is a cool thing. I would much rather be a courageous person, somebody who is able to face hard, scary times and do what they have to do, whatever those scary, hard times are. Fears are valid. There are some things that are frightening. And a lot of times the things we're afraid of are just a result of an overactive imagination. The 12-step people talk about fear as false evidence appearing real. And you're never going to know if it's a real fear or if it's just your imagination until you step up and face it. John Wayne, one of my heroes, courage is being scared to death and mounting up anyway. I bet those firefighters have been scared to death at times, and they get up anyway. We rarely feel courageous. We usually feel fear and doubt. But we are acting courageously when we say, "Yes, but I want this," and you go stand up to go after it. I want to rebuild. I want to finish this degree. I want this business to make it. I want to get this job. I want to save my relationship. We decide to, and we choose to. That's being courageous. Be courageous. Have faith. Go forward. Having faith. Faith is human. We are wired to be a people of faith. The Greek word for man or humanity is the word anthropos, and it describes man as being the upward looker, looking up to the gods. The Greeks had many gods. And we face hard things, and in our smallness, we look to something greater than ourselves to help us. Christians believe in one God, and we look to him constantly for help and support. It could describe a person who is seeking God, looking up. They're not a person of faith, but they're pursuing this. They're seeking that, looking up. But it also describes not just the upward looker looking to God, but the optimist, man, as the positive one. Thomas Edison, who gave us this quote, was considered a great optimist. Optimism is a choice. Nobody is just always an optimistic person. We learn to be an optimist. We can train ourselves to be an optimist when we learn how to see more than just the problem. We're confronted with the problem. We're confronted with the obstacle, the hardship. And people who are optimists will ask, what else is there? They try to come up with the good things that are there in the problem. They choose their thoughts carefully, and they really resist negative thinking being allowed to take root in their life. They watch less news, read less Facebook, and they hang around with positive people. And you start doing things like that, and you're going to become more of an optimist. Faith is only as good as its object. When you put your trust in something, it must be bigger than you, and it must be able to support you, or you will be disappointed. As we go through life and face hardships and crises, we're able to see if what we put our faith in, our trust in, is actually able to support us. If it can't support you, then you need to adjust. Some people go through a faith crisis. I faced quite a bit of this when I served as a chaplain with the Sheriff's Department in Santa Cruz County. I would encounter people who were going through a faith crisis. What they had trusted in did not come through. And it's hard to deal with that. Sometimes it happens when people put their faith in God. They believe him for things that he really never promised to do. And then he doesn't come through. Or he just has something else in mind. And it's hard. It's a struggle. Faith in God is totally worth it. But it's often a wrestling match and growing as you learn to trust him no matter what. Faith is what you expect. It's a lot about expectations. Famous story of the Apostle Peter stepping out of the boat to walk on water. It's totally about, do you really expect Jesus to help you do this? Then get out of the boat and come. And faith is a lot about expectations. And we can expect the worst and always be afraid. Or we can expect the best and be willing to step out and take a risk. Faith feels risky. Martin Luther King said, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. That is so true. Many times when you're taking a step of faith, all you see is the next step. That's part of what faith is about. That's how it grows, taking steps of faith, and you get stronger in your faith. Faith, optimism, is a choice. It's not a feeling. It is a choice to take steps. People of faith are hopeful, they're optimistic, they're risk takers, and they go forward. Be courageous, have faith, go forward. They are dream chasers. Faith people, they're chasing the dream. They're chasing the vision that's out in front of them. They clarify the goal. They clarify the desired outcome. They know what they want. They know what they're after, and they chase it. Many of you will be chasing the dream. Clarify what's right for you to do and go for it. Chase it. Go after it. Be courageous. Have faith. Go forward. Move forward. Don't run away. Don't stop and watch and wonder. There has to be some motion to move toward what you're after. Sometimes it really helps at the end of the day just to ask yourself, what have you done today to move forward? And plan what you'll do tomorrow to move forward. Some of you in the midst of the fire are facing some major obstacles. It is overwhelming. You feel overwhelmed, you feel frightened, you feel unnerved and insecure. You don't really know what you'll do. And really, you just need to get the next step or two clear in your head so that when you're released to enter the area where you live to see what's left, that's all you need to know. Don't forget to be courageous, have faith, go forward. Whatever you're facing, it could be illness, it could be a major loss, it could be you've lost your job and you keep looking, and it keeps striking out. It could be any number of things. Your relationship that matters to you is just struggling. Be courageous, have faith, go forward. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this encourages you a little bit, gives you some things to think about. Hardships don't have to stop you. And I hope what you're facing doesn't stop you. Thank you so much for listening. If this has been helpful, I hope you'll click like there on the YouTube page or even subscribe. And until next week, I hope you are a person of courage and faith and forward motion. Thank you.